Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of the Final Fantasy 7 Marathon. Seeing if we can actually finish this game today. We were supposed to finish it last time, but I got hard stuck at the last boss, unfortunately, because my DPS was shit. This could be another failed attempt. But if it is a failed attempt, well, nobody's gonna see this then, because why would I upload that to YouTube? So if you're watching this, it means we succeeded, spoiler alert. Otherwise this wouldn't be on YouTube. I'm not gonna just like put another like hour or two of me grinding at the last boss and failing on YouTube. So I try to keep my videos story focused, and that isn't much story, right? If I just keep dying over and over, or just soft lock essentially, even if I'm not dying, I can't beat him because my attack power is too low or whatever. The DPS wasn't there. So I did several missions to try and power up. I actually reloaded an old save before going to Nibelheim to collect some side missions that I missed because I just left because I didn't care. I did those. I finished up the Yuffie ones. There was honestly nothing special at the end of that. I recorded it, but I don't even feel like showing it because it was just... He just shows up one last time to try and... Literally like the first encounter in the side missions where she tries to like... She tells you to give up the treasure. Zack says no, and she starts crying and runs away again, and then that's it. It was like... That's it? Like... The payoff was garbage. And there was a few other side missions that had some cutscenes at the end, but also just shitty payoff. Like, who cares, basically? Just nonsense. So for the sake of brevity, keeping this brief is what I'm saying. We're just gonna go into the final boss and see if we can win this time. So yeah, I did a bunch of new side missions, a shit ton of them. Leveled up several times. Got back to the end here. If we fail here again... You see I'm level 34 this time. But also my materia is a lot better this time. Wall is mastered. I have Curaga instead of Cura. HP up plus, mastered. Attack up plus. Unfortunately didn't... The Vegas slot machine did not bless it. Unfortunately. Changed my build a little bit down here. HP plus 30 instead of 30 and 20. It's just 30 by itself. And then Vitality plus 60 here. Took off the safety bit because I realized none of the boss doesn't use any death attacks. In fact, I never ran into anything that used death attacks, so I just kind of like, okay, whatever. What is R3? What is that? It says best. Equipped for strongest pheasant. I didn't even know they had this. Oh, I better make this a different set. Okay, let's see what you do here. Oh, this one. This was a throwaway. Attack up plus blast wave. Never used that. Blast the enemy out of the battle arena. Interesting. HP up plus darkness. I remember getting that recently. Spends HP to deal non... Okay. That didn't work too well for me. Cura... Oh, this is actually a surprisingly a balanced build. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like my custom one's a little bit more defensive. The lack of HP plus, though. Well, maybe it's not that important, though. Yeah. Alright, well, there's something. I can't believe I'm only at the end of the game do I realize there's an auto button. Kind of like there is for customizing your weapons in Remake. Okay. Well, stupid me for just not realizing that was a button down there the whole time. The bottom right. Well, I'm still gonna go with my custom build because it's what I'm used to. If I switch to attacks that I don't even know what they do or how they work or how to use them, and they also have... They're not even mastered. I might just screw myself over, but... maybe I'll try it if I lose or something on my second attempt, but... I might only have time for one attempt. Less so if I keep rambling, so... Okay, let's do it.
Genesis is up ahead. I'm sure of it.
And yeah, there's still a shit ton of side missions. I did so many. I did all day and I only got 30% done. So I still have 70% of side missions, which are all unlocked or can be unlocked just by grinding them, the ones that are unlocked now. I can do all 78% of the rest of them, but the fact that I only did like... I went from 20 to 30%. I literally grinded this out all day today to the point where my thumb was starting to hurt from the goddamn control stick. If I still can't beat him, like, then it's back to the drawing board and I gotta like tomorrow is a whole nother day of just grinding more missions, I guess, to level up some more, because it's just ridiculous. As ridiculous as that is, that's what I'm gonna have to do, basically. But yeah, it's a fuck ton of missions. Like, I did so many, and still only did 10%, made a 10% dent. I'm only 30% of the way done with all missions, because there's that fucking many. Despite grinding all day, like, Jesus Christ. So, I hope I can beat him now, because I don't want to have to go back to grinding tomorrow, but... I'm not too confident after redoing the boss just now. The one right before this.
My soul, corrupted by vengeance, hath endured torment to find the end of the journey. In my own salvation, you're late.
Loveless again.
You son of a...
You have succeeded, Angeal's spirit, and carry a part of Sephiroth within you. Thus, the three friends are reunited once again. And Loveless is reenacted.
No! Open your eyes, Genesis!
When the war of the beasts brings about the world's end.
I've come here to help you.
The goddess descends from the sky. Wings of light and dark spread afar. She guides us to bliss, her gift everlasting.
What is that?
The gift of the goddess. A heavenly boon found only in Benora.
I thought the cells were the gift.
There are various interpretations.
I don't understand.
To ponder the mystery is in itself a gift. We will all join the life stream. You are no exception. The planet has become my guardian.
He wants to die and take everyone with him. Return everything to the live stream.
Keep talking to me. Don't let it take over. You're not a monster. You're one of us.
All because he can't escape his degradation, basically. Not sure how much better or worse of a villain that, based on his motivations, that is, at least, that makes him than Sephiroth. I'm not really sure. He just wants to commit mass suicide. Sephiroth, just mass murder, and then after he gains the knowledge of the life stream, he wants to become a god and travel outer space with the life stream inside of him. The entire planets, I mean.
Activating combat mode.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're making a dent. This might be possible this time around, as long as I can survive these fuckers. Dude, so, again, I didn't upload my failed attempts on YouTube. On YouTube, you're only seeing the successful one, so if this is the successful one, I'm gonna say this. That life bar was, like, hardly even moving the last time I attempted this. I was that weak. It was hardly fucking... Like, the damage I've done right now took, like, 3 combos. 3 full combos like the one I just did to do that much. So it's like, even if... Like, it wasn't even worth continuing. That's why that's why the previous video is so scuffed, and it just cuts to me saying, hey guys, I gave up because I'm too low level. Because yeah, I was not doing that much damage at all. Nowhere near that much. It was bad. It's still slow, like I still did very little, but it's actually, it looks like it's it's not like impossibly slow. Like I can actually kill him within like 15 minutes or something. It's feasible that can happen, you know?
You're in for it now.
We're not just gonna be here for an hour, basically, of me just chipping away at it. And then the ads nearly killing me every time. Because yeah, obviously defensively I also wasn't very strong. Even with wall, they would almost like 2 or 3 shot me, I guess, like kill me in like 2 or 3 hits. This is a vast improvement.
I'm feeling it.
Thank God. My grinding's paying off. Still don't know if it'll be enough, but I'm gonna fucking try. I gotta watch him. Because of that. It also did a side quest that gave me 20 fucking elixirs. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Warm-up's over.
Concentrate.
I'm taking advantage of my... Damn it! Like I said, this might still not be possible. I don't know. There's too many of these fucks. It takes forever to kill them because I'm still so weak. I don't know why. I meant to heal, not do that. It would be nice if my attack up plus material would level up during the fight, though. That would help. Please, Vegas slot machine, can you help me out here? Oh, I see Shadow Flare.
Better run for it.
His own limit break against him. Perfect.
Show me the true power of soldier. Find your own business.
This is fitting. That killed a shit ton of the ads, thank God. But now he's got stronger ones. Oh good, I leveled up. That'll help. Nobody? Okay. Damn. Those Pentagon bastards. I don't know why my brain channeled that guy. This is getting hairy.
Bringing out the big guns.
Alright, let's go.
Later.
Hey! Fucking wonky ass camera. Oh, these ones die quicker because they're mages, I see. Not wall. God, my fat fingered the shit out of that. Whatever. Not like there's any consequences with the amount of healing items I have. Okay. Yeah, these guys they have a lot of physical defense, aside from just having protect, which I think is automatic, yeah. Well, they want you to use magic on these guys, and they want you to use physical attacks on the mages. So if you don't know that, which if it's your first playthrough, you're not gonna know, and you come in here with a build like mine where you have no magic spells, you're just fucked. You just get screwed over for not having already played the game and knowing what you're going up against. That's kind of annoying.
Warm-up's over.
Prove your honor to me.
Well, either way, we'll probably still be fine though. I think these red lightsaber guys are still also resistant against. Oh no, they die quicker too. Okay. Until then, then. I said this. Oh no. The last time I attempted this, I said this, but I love how most of this fight is literally Genesis just sending ads after you, just flooding you with enemies, because that's literally what he did the entire game. Like, he never once actually fought us. He just always sent his clones or something else, like a summon, to attack us, and we had to fight that instead. And this final boss fight where you actually fight him, it's literally just more of the same. You're just fighting ads that he's fucking generating the whole fucking time. So he stayed. You gotta hand it to him for being consistent, I guess. What's going on right now? Hold on.
Brace yourself.
That took care of a bunch of them. Thank you. Yes, we got a level up for the attack up plus plus. Yeah, you fucking reapers. Got a scythe on. Oh, I gotta put wall back on. Oh, there's
You're in for it now.
Is this the end?
Bomb his ass, son. Send them back to the Ming Dynasty or whatever the fuck that quote is from Rush Hour. What did he just do? Hey, that'll hit him.
Warm-up's over.
The power of soldier.
All right, here comes the big one.
Let's go, Cloud. Frick. Oh, well. Hard. Not like I can do shit. Hey! Thank you, Vegas Slot Machine. It gave me Endure right before this. That's good fucking amazing timing. I like that. I don't even get knocked down. Come on, RNGesus. Come on, Gamba. Give me another limit break or something. Jesus, I'm gonna get overwhelmed.
Take that!
Before, my hands and fingers are a little tired. Trying to save energy here. Just focusing on the fucking boss at this point.
You're in for it now!
Prove your...
My fucking wall wore off. God damn. Oh, wonderful. Not like it doesn't already overheal me, but take it, I guess. Stop it, just accept it. Their design reminds me a lot of the ones you fight at the end of remakes when you fight the final boss for that game. That's obviously the next game I'm playing. This leads right into it.
Here we go. Gonna love this.
Asshole. That still took a while. But it wasn't as bad as last time, that's for sure.
My soul, corrupted by vengeance, hath endured torment to find the end of the journey in my own salvation. And your eternal slumber.
What? Does this mean... What the fuck? You knew? From the beginning? Fuck! You bastard!
Stand and fight, soldier first class. Zack?
Why is everyone always pushing things on me?
That's a good question, yeah. The burdens that have been put on Zack throughout this whole game is just like... Well, I guess it kind of goes with him wanting to be a hero.
Activating combat mode.
What's he gonna do? Oh! Oh, shit, hold on. Damn. I lost the Endure. Damn it.
Take that!
Oh, we've seen this. Let's see
I'll
his
take
version.
the world with me.
That's all you got? You fucking prick. Oh, I have invincibility. The Vegas slot machine blessed me with invincibility. Gone. Good while it lasted, though. Not a single limit break.
Resolved.
Fucking game hated me on that one, but well, I got some other benefits. Done. That's it. Game over. Thank God. No more grinding. My thumb can rest. Jesus. The goddess's gift. He's about to receive it. Well, she's pretty. I think her name is Minerva. She's an optional super boss in this game, if I read the game fact correctly. And there he goes. Edge. Part of the live stream now. Although, yeah, I was like, his body's actually still there though. I was like, Dirge of Cerberus had a cliffhanger that said this guy isn't quite dead yet, right? They were planning a sequel to FF7 and Dirge of Cerberus. But this guy is the main villain, or at least some kind of concept with him. That never happened. They might bring that to fruition with the remake series now, though. We'll see what Rebirth has in store in time. We'll get there. This was the hardest part, honestly. This game is what I mean. Because I've already beaten Remake, and I'm gonna do New Game Plus on that, so that'll zoom by pretty quick. This game I'd never played before. It was quite grindier than I would have hoped, unfortunately.
Shinra attacked us.
Save your strength.
I got some help. From him. Over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you protect Cloud by yourself? It's the one that was looking after Aerith at the church. Came to help, I guess.
It's you.
Did he just die too?
Director!
Yep, everyone's dead now. It's literally just me and Cloud.
Thank you.
What a mess. The gift of the goddess, right?
Okay, let's eat.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go. Let's see.
Sorry I'm not the real thing, but
Dylan!
Is it good?
You
He lives.
son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
The gift of the goddess.
this apple? Huh?
And you. The dream came true.
Okay, I thought they'd implied he died or something, but I guess not. Genesis, I mean. I love that they added that effect for when you kill normal enemies like humans and stuff. Animals too in Remake. That you'll see their spirit energy leave their body like that. It's such a nice touch. Reminding you that everything that dies goes back to the planet, right? It's spirit energy. It's ether.
How are you? I wish I knew where you were. It's already been 4 years now. This is the 89th letter that I've sent to you. But I don't even know where to send them anymore. I really hope that this final letter that I'm writing gets to you. By the way, the flowers are selling very well. They make everyone so happy. Thanks to you, Zach. Aerith.
4 years?
Looking at the
What do
field,
you
man.
mean, final?
He's like, wait a minute, you're giving up on me? This is your last letter? You're moving on?
Fuck! You bastard!
She's dumping your ass, man. She's moving on with her life. He's like, I gotta get me some dick, man. You're not around. I gotta go.
You're gonna make it too. You got that?
I didn't think about that. How she said my last letter, my final letter. Can't wait to see how they continue this plotline in Rebirth. Definitely gonna be interesting. I hope anyway.
This must be an important matter if they are sending the two of us.
Apparently the subject will become our brother.
Is that so?
I forgot about this.
But will he
Accept his fate willingly.
Is that Vice? Why would they send deep ground soldiers
Even
though?
if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return. To become the dew that quenches the land, to spare the sands, the seas, the skies. I offer thee this silent sacrifice.
Cisne!
The army's mobilizing. Find the targets before they do.
Understood. The army won't be as subtle.
I want them alive. You hear me? You're going to save Zack's life.
Of course. I haven't even told him my real name.
Help them. Cisne, I have letters for Zack. 88 of them.
From Aerith, yeah. See, this is the tragedy that tugs at your heartstrings, man. My God. Also,
I'm just kidding. You know I wouldn't do that to you.
there's some even though this is a prequel, they do have some open-ended stuff, like Cisne herself.
We're friends, right?
To the end. It's like they really were planning to continue this storyline. Like that's why Dirge of Cerberus had the cliffhanger. That's why this has open-ended things. They were planning to make sequels to FF7.
Can't be serious. There's no way we're gonna find 2 needles in a haystack this size.
There's no mission that's impossible for the
Turks. Yeah.
Another low-key reference to Advent Children, because they were both flying in a helicopter like this.
Has something to give him.
Who? The target? So we're couriers now. Delivering packages to fugitives, huh?
We got nothing.
You?
Likewise. I'm heading to point 235. You two take point 120.
Roger.
All right, let's get going.
Yeah, they have a scene just like that, Reno and Rude together like that in Advent Children. So I was like, I like how they make these little Easter eggs that reference the other media in the compilation, you know? There's Midgard! We're here! We made it! If only the Turks had found us. Bob was just starting to regain consciousness. Probably for the best that he didn't. Oh. Of course, the army found them first, not the Turks.
Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep. Embrace your dreams. And, whatever happens, protect your honor.
As soldier! Come and get it! You
Activating combat mode.
Run with the... Hey! Take that! Later!
Dude! Oh my god, you can get stun locked so easily. Obviously.
I'm Cisne. Here's a present.
So,
open your alert.
Where's
Or
MGA?
you'll
Ready to go.
feel
Understand now why
lies within each
Sephiroth chose
person.
yes. For
So
real.
get away safely. Zack, I gotta go.
Yours too slow.
Got him! Take that!
Just over that hill, boys. Midgard's just over that hill. I'm coming, Eric. It's right there. It's so close. That was delayed. You shoot grenades! That guy was thinking. Throwing a bomb like that? Asshole. Man. So Zach is getting to find out what it's like to be a GTA protagonist with a fucking 6-star wanted level. 5 stars if you're playing GTA 5, but the point stands. The price of freedom is steep, yeah. Fucking 5-star wanted level over here. Holy shit, man. Am I the only one who thinks this is kind of overkill to take out 2 escape test subjects of Hojo's? Like, I feel like Shinra just wants them... They just really want to cover up the Nibelheim incident, or they see Zack as too dangerous just because he has Genova cells from Sephiroth now, you know? The S cells, as Hollander called them. My friends are disappearing from the Vegas slot machine.
News brings about where
I'm a country boy too.
Be pretty
Like
cheap.
you've been if only I were a soldier.
Honor can be
I really
quite
like
a
that
burden.
sword. Thanks.
A monster's
I
objective.
really like
join
that sword.
my battle.
Nothing else out
Zack,
there. Hold on.
you have my thanks.
Hello?
The 3 that kill him in the flashback in the original game? The last 3?
Activating combat mode.
Yeah, I can't do anything. That's That's all I can do.
Don't worry. That's right. But wanna hear? Not scary work at all. Stuff? Will I see you again? I'll be here. Kills me, man, as he was so close. Holy sh... I'm sorry, that scene, that camera angle was too distracting. I've never felt so conflicted. Jesus. Like I'm on the verge of tears and then I see how much Aerith has grown up. Now that she's 22. Sorry. She got very voluptuous. We just had to be able to kill 3 more, man. No, there was still a helicopter full of assholes, so that wouldn't have made a difference. Dude, look at how many bullet holes he has in him. Jesus Christ. It's very grotesque, honestly, like... Oh. It's almost worse that he's still alive through that. I can't imagine how that's... Jesus. Like, it's disturbing.
For the... both of us. Both of us?
This scene was in Advent Children.
That's right. You're gonna...
Yeah, I was.
You're gonna
live for the both of us, buddy.
Live. You'll be my living legacy.
I love that we heard that in the voice acted mod for the original FF7 that we played before this. I don't think Zack realized the impact of his words there. The effect it would have on Cloud. The Mako poisoning and everything.
My honor. My dreams. They're yours now. I'm your living legacy.
He even died with a smile. Pretty sure this is a new theme song.
Embrace your dreams. If
Ending
you want to
theme
be a
song.
hero, you need to have dreams.
It's not the one that played in the original Crisis Core at the end, I think. I don't know though.
I won't forget.
That explains it, yeah. In Advent Children, he has this flashback. While he's standing in this spot, in the present day, of course.
Good night.
And he says, I said that I wouldn't forget. There we go. I said that I wouldn't forget and that I'd live both of our lives out for both of us or whatever. Like he promised right there. He said, and then I failed you, like I forgot everything. Referring to, you know, the fake memories he conjures up and everything.
That girl. She said that this guy frightened her.
Eric? Yeah?
But it must feel so good up there. Those wings. I want them too.
Be careful what you wish for, I guess, right? He's got him now. Oh, the symbolism. Just like the end of the original FF7.
It does feel good. If you see Aerith, say hi for me. Hey, would you say I became a hero?
There it is. Honestly, I'm glad I can still feel something for that ending. But I will say that unfortunately, Remake's ending, it does kind of dull it a little bit for me. Like, I think I got more emotional the first time I saw this ending when I watched a playthrough of the original. It was just a cutscene watch through of the original Crisis Core for the PSP. 4+ years ago, before Remake came out. I played the OG FF7, watched Dirge of Cerberus, and then watched this. And Advent Children before Dirge of Cerberus, and then watched this before playing Remake. And it hit me a lot harder. But after seeing Remake's ending, yeah, it's a little bit more dull. Like, I still choked up a little there, but you know, it wasn't enough to get me to go to tears this time. I guess we'll have to see what happens. Oh yeah, there it is, Vice. Vice and Nero were the ones who picked up Zach's mother. When the hell did we hear her voice? I must have missed that. Oh, one of the, you know, the characters with the voice actor and everything, it said Zach's mother. I don't remember ever hearing Zach's mother's voice. Yeah, the ending is so loaded. Like, I couldn't help myself but to try to, like, give some commentary, even though I didn't want to talk over them, but that last, like, moment between Cloud and Zach, I had to mention that it was, you know, for those who, you know, didn't watch Advent Children, it's referenced. Like, you actually see it in CGI, that same exact scene. Not as much of it as we saw, of course, but yeah, a lot of the character development for Cloud in Advent Children, which is, I think, 1 or 2 years after the events of the original game. I think it's 2. I mentioned this before. It was Cloud trying to get over the fact that he feels like he failed Zack. And Aerith, of course. Like, he let them both die. But with Zack, it wasn't just that he let him die, but that he failed to keep his promise to him. To, like, become his living legacy and never forget, he said. Like, he said, I'll always remember. I won't forget. But then, you know, when he arrives at Midgar and interacts with Tifa for the first time, all that goes out the window as the Genova cells and the Mako in his body just, like, completely short-circuit his brain, and then he instead assumes the identity of Zack. He literally becomes his living legacy, but he forgets all about him. He thinks he's him instead, you know? So only a few hours after making that promise, he breaks it because he was too weak-willed, basically, to withstand what the Mako energy and the Genova cells did to him. So he feels like shit in Advent Children about that. Like, he just... Maybe that's probably why he leaves the Buster Sword there. He feels like he doesn't deserve to use it anymore, you know? So he leaves it there to mark where Zack died, I guess. Anyway, enough about the story stuff. Well, I mean, there isn't much more to say, so I should just say, now that, you know, I'm done getting my thoughts out about the story stuff, I know why the game has the structure it does. I don't like the artificial lengthening of padding with all the missions and stuff. Like, that's definitely unnecessary. But the structure that it has, where you get these short little missions, even though it's just side content, the mission structure itself, where it's just this short little mission, you pick up some treasure chests, you fight the boss, you're done. You kill the last enemy and you're done, right? And it's just this short, repetitive thing. It comes from this mentality they had back then that portable games had to be designed that way, because they were designed, and it's not wrong, they're designed for you to, like, play them for a little bit as, like, you're sitting on a subway train or a bus, and then when you get off, you turn off your little PSP or PlayStation Portable or your Nintendo DS or Game Boy, whatever the fuck. You put it away and then you pick it up later, right? It's like they made short form content within the longer content, which is the whole game, right? So that you could just pick up and play. That's fine. Like, the missions themselves are fine. The missions being there are fine. I just wish you could just play the main story as well without even having to touch the side missions at all. Which, yeah, technically you can. I'm sure speedrunners know the perfect route to just get through the story without doing any side missions, right? And like I said before, expert players who have played the game tons of times can probably play this without touching a side mission and they can beat it, right? But that's what I'm getting at, is that for a normal casual player like me, and it's your first time playthrough, like for me it was right now, you will struggle way too hard with the game if you do that. Like, if you don't do the side missions to level up and get better rewards, like unlocking additional accessory slots and stuff like that, you'll struggle and probably get soft locked like I did at the last boss last night. Which is why I had to spend all day today grinding, and then I only beat it now. I hate that it's designed that way. Like, the missions are fine if they were just side content, but the fact that they're basically semi-required for you to even be able to have a chance at beating the game if it's like your first time playthrough and you're a filthy casual like me and you're not exactly the best at action games. That kind of sucks, because it ruins the pacing of the story, honestly. I want to just be able to play through the story without having to touch the side content if I don't want to, you know? The fact that they semi-force it on you, basically, and then it's just this repetitive fucking grind that, like, half the time I was just literally looking at Twitch and YouTube on this monitor and just, like, playing on autopilot. Even when it got to, like, higher difficulty missions towards the end, before I started this stream, I was still just looking over here and just mashing the buttons, doing whatever, like, just killing trash mobs over and over is all it was. Like, it sucks. It's stupid. So I don't know where, before I started playing this, if I got confirmation that this remastered version, Crisis Core Reunion, I don't know if it actually does have a New Game Plus mode. For some reason I seem to be very confident that it does, but I don't remember actually reading anything about that. Like, I feel like I gaslit myself on that. Regardless, I really hope that it does. We're gonna find out in a few minutes, but I really hope it does have a New Game Plus mode, because I'd like to just be able to replay the story without losing all my progress, so that I can just play the story and not have to grind a bunch of side missions out again. Because yeah, this was too much of a grind. It was too much grinding I had to do off stream just to get through this. To get through it, like, comfortably, and not just die a billion times trying to figure out the perfect strategy for, like, a boss fight or something, or even just trash mobs destroying me because I was underleveled from not doing side missions. I didn't like that. I didn't like that I had to do side missions so much, so I'm just gonna say now, like, if there's no New Game Plus mode, I'm never playing this again. Like, even when the final part of the remake series comes out, I'll just watch a playthrough instead. Because I don't want to do this grind ever again. It's just too boring and repetitive. So I really hope there is a New Game Plus mode so I can actually just play this again before, you know, Remake Part 3 or whatever comes out, whatever it's gonna be called. But yeah, if there's no New Game Plus, I'm just watching a playthrough of someone else next time. I'm not doing this again. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say is that, yeah, this structure that I'm complaining, it's exactly like 350 and a half days for Kingdom Hearts for the Nintendo DS. 25th anniversary for FF7? I didn't know that. Original OG Crisis Core FF7 fans, I like that. But yeah, I hope there's New Game Plus, because I would rather play instead of having to watch another a non-commentary playthrough, but I'm not doing this grind again, so it's New Game Plus or nothing. Would have been different if it was, you know, a fun grind, like interesting side quests and stuff. If you could level up like that. But no. It's like there are some, but it's not enough. And now we're seeing the remake intro. Yeah, it's too bad the actual, like, somewhat interesting side quests aren't enough. I would have, you know, I'd settle for that, but no. You have to do the actual repetitive missions. If you don't want to struggle. See somebody who's into these kinds of action games, you know, like Devil May Cry, Dark Souls, they could obviously, yeah, like somebody who's into those kinds of games and is good at those games, they could adapt to this pretty easily, I think, and then be able to just play the story without having to level up with the missions, but that's not me.
My name is Cloud. Soldier. First class.
Shit! You suck!
To be continued in Final Fantasy VII. Yes, this post-credit scene was also in the original Crisis Core. That's not something they added for the remake. The graphics are just remake-esque because that's how they remastered this entire game, but... Silver trophy, thanks to you, Zach. Save clear data. If you load clear data, you can start a new game with certain data carried over. There it is. Augers. I guess I'm playing this game again. Except next time I won't have to grind anymore. Now that it's confirmed, let's see how much data is carried over first. After finishing the game, you can start a new game with certain data carried over by loading the cleared game save data. The data that will be carried over are as follows. Your level, experience points, SP, acquired gil, playtime, items, certain exceptions apply, materia, equipment status, certain exceptions apply, DMW progress, DMW limit break / limit verge count, Buster Sword proficiency, thank you. Yeah, I didn't see without New Game Plus how you'd have to really love just grinding the same missions over and over, because the fact that I didn't even get it to 1% proficiency with the grind that I did and the story that I did on stream, holy shit. Getting that to 100% probably takes like 100 hours. Unless there's some kind of cheese strap for that. Mail, tutorials, and useful tips. Alright. Well, only tutorials and useful tips. Good, good. I was gonna say, please don't just let us keep all the mail, because then it ruins, like, some of the stories told through the mail coming in at certain points, you know? I was like, if it's all just there, you won't really experience the story the same way again. But they clarified, only the tutorials and the useful tips. So the story mail will still come in. It'll beep and come in when it's supposed to as you play through the story. Good. So the experience is preserved of just playing through the story. Alright, there it is. Then yeah, there it is, 100%. I will replay this game then. So now that I've confirmed that there is New Game Plus, which I swear I was very sure of it because I swear I had confirmed it before, but somehow I forgot where. Maybe it was when I saw the description of the game on the PlayStation Store before I bought it and downloaded it or whatever. I can't remember. I was pretty damn sure, and then it was only till like today I was like, wait, are you sure there's a New Game Plus? Like, I started gaslighting myself. Anyway, now that we've confirmed it though, that it's definitely a thing, yeah, I will replay the game, but what I'm gonna do is, from now until, well, it's probably gonna be 2 to 4 years before the next remake part comes out, but from now until then, I will slowly chip away at all the missions that I didn't do. And hopefully reach like level 99 or some shit, I don't know. Reach some really high level or just get geared out with some really strong shit. So that next New Game Plus playthrough, before the final part of the remake series comes out, will just be smooth as silk. And I won't have to worry about all this grindy shit, you know, I'll just be able to literally just play through the story. That's my plan, basically. So I'm basically still going to be playing this game off stream though, just to grind out the missions and level up some more, so that my next on stream playthrough in a couple years or whatever will actually be a lot smoother. Good. Thank you, Square Enix, for retroactively, because yeah, I didn't see anything. The game facts I followed are for the original PSP version. They didn't say anything about New Game Plus. I don't think New Game Plus was a thing in the original version of this, which is awful. Yeah, I was just saying how I would compare this to, comparing this to the other games that came out about the same time from Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 358.5 Days and Birth by Sleep. I mentioned it before, some of the similarities. The command melding system from Birth by Sleep. Obviously, that's the materia fusion system in this game. I like that this one, well, this might just be the remastered version, giving us tips on what materia you can make from fusion. Maybe the original PSP version didn't do that. You had to figure it out on your own. Which would be consistent with Birth by Sleep. You had to figure out what commands you would get from melding other commands. Without a guide, you would spend hours doing that just to figure out new combos. And the discovery is part of the process. People like that. Some people like that stuff. But again, for someone like me who just wants to experience the story and maybe be able to do some of the post-game stuff as well within a reasonable, timely manner, you'll just use a guide, right? To figure out how to make the strongest attacks with the, yeah, all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then again, the part I didn't like was that since you're forced to do the side missions, this game moves doing the side missions to level up. This game moves almost as slowly as 358 and a half days, which was a Kingdom Hearts for the Nintendo DS. Because that one also had a mission structure like this. It wasn't as bad though. Like you could, it would mark which missions were you needed to do for the story and which ones were side content. And the whole thing was mission based. It wasn't like this where there was a main scenario with, well, yeah, there were cutscenes, but I mean, like, you just, the way you progressed the game was literally you opened up a mission menu, like the one you do here for the side content, and then you go down the list of missions, and then cutscenes would play once you completed the story ones at least. That would progress the story. But here the mission list was its own side thing, and then you just, to progress the story here, you talk to certain people, which would cause a cutscene, and then you would go somewhere and do stuff and yada yada. So a minor difference, but the pacing was better in that game. In terms of how they set up the missions. The missions, like, sometimes when a chapter would, when you would change chapters, you would just have the story missions and nothing else. There was no side content. There was not always a long list of side missions to do that were optional or whatever. Sometimes it was literally just story mission after story mission. And then at certain story beats where the story would kind of, not even if it calmed down a little bit, I'm talking about 358 and a half days, then you would get some side missions plus the main story ones, and you could choose to do them if you wanted to or not. But that's what I mean about how the pacing was better. It would just give you a few side missions here and there alongside the main ones as you progress through the story. Whereas this game just fucking floods you with a fuck ton of side missions right off the bat. And in between very short story beats, you just unlock a fuck ton of more side missions and more. And the game expects you to do them because you notice how the difficulty in the main story starts to spike like exponentially, since it's flooding you with a ton of side missions that it expects you to do. And that's just horrible. Now, on the flip side, some of what ruins the pacing in 358 and a half days is how tanky the monsters are. So it's like, yeah, the missions are given to you in a nice drip feed fashion that makes it feel more evenly paced in this game. The side missions, I mean, the non-main story ones. But the enemies are the tankiest of any Kingdom Hearts game ever. Like, they're tankier than the enemies we fought here, even when I was under-leveled. Like, they would take, even if you were over-leveled, I know this because I actually used action replay codes at one point just to test it, to put myself at max level. And there was still some early game missions where I would have to do, like, the same full combo with, like, a maxed out weapon and maxed out level and everything. I would have to do the same full combo, like, 2 or 3 times to kill one guy, and it was, like, not even halfway through the game. Like, I don't know why they gave some of the enemies in that game so much goddamn health, but because of that, it still ended up feeling like this, where it was just an insanely grindy game to get through, and it was not exactly the most entertaining thing. Like, the story gets strong towards the middle and towards the end, just like this game. But it's held back from its grindy nature. But like I was saying at the beginning of all this, I think that makes sense for the fact that these games all came out within the same era, and they just had that design philosophy to make the game grindy. Damn, that voice crack though. They had that design philosophy to make it grindy, but also the mission structure, because, you know, pick up and play. The whole philosophy behind portables back then. You pick it up and you play a little bit, then you put it down. Because maybe you got to your destination on the subway, or, you know, the city bus, or something like that. Just a hypothetical for how you would play with a portable. I never did that shit because I was too afraid of getting jacked. Like, are you kidding me? I was like, I'm not whipping out my PSP or my Nintendo DS, even though I had them. I'm not whipping those out on public transport. I've luckily have never lived in a really bad area, but it wasn't a good enough area for me to have confidence that it wouldn't get stolen from me. So I was like, fuck that. So I only ever played my portable games here at home. But the same reason I only play my Nintendo Switch on the big screen on my TV. I don't feel safe whipping out something like that, an electronic like that, on public transport. But that's how they designed it though. They designed it so that you would play it like that. That's why that game, 350 and a half days, in this game have that mission structure. which makes them both feel very, very grindy, unnecessarily grindy. And 358 and a half days did not have a New Game Plus mode. I'm glad they just turned that into a movie for the Kingdom Hearts collections that they released on PS4. You can just watch the cutscenes now, basically, and get a summary of the story and not have to worry about playing it, because, yeah, it's... I would not want to go back and play it for the same reason I wouldn't want to go back and play this without New Game Plus. It's too grindy. It's way too grindy. That game, grindy because of the tanky enemies. The mission structure, not that bad. This game... grindy because of the mission structure, not the enemies. The enemies are not super tanky. It's just the mission structure and the fact that even though it's like supposed to be side content, you're kind of semi-forced to do it. You're kind of semi-forced to do it in order to not be underpowered and underleveled in the main story, which sucks. So they're both like, both games I have like similar complaints about. It's like they're different, but they're held back by different but very similar problems. But so that's why my long-winded way of saying thank you Square Enix for addressing this issue by giving us New Game Plus. That literally solves everything. That makes it so that your first playthrough is the only one that's gonna suck for this game. It's just the first playthrough, and then the next one, as long as you keep this save file and don't lose it, your next one with New Game Plus will be a breeze. Thank you for that. Now I know for sure, as long as I don't lose this save file, I know for sure my next playthrough of this will actually be a lot more fun and less miserable. I think you guys could tell from how I was talking at the end of last video how fed up with this game I was from how much I had to grind it already off stream. I was just like, I just want this game to be fucking done, man. Like, I think one of the last things I said as I went into the final boss last night was like, I just don't want to play this game anymore, man. I'm fucking done. It's too grindy. And then I couldn't beat the boss. I couldn't beat the final boss. I was underleveled. So I still had to play the fucking game today and grind it out. But yeah, I'm glad this is over. So that wraps up this stream. Let's close this and go back to the title screen real quick. Well, yeah, let's save it, of course. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the game. I always like to give my thoughts on the game as a whole, not just the story, at the end when I play it, especially if it's my first time playthrough, like right now. So that's why I rambled and ranted a little for so long just now, because this was my first playthrough of this game. So yeah, that's what I think of it, and that's pretty much it. Game cleared, chapter 10. Also, the PSP version said 11 chapters. I'll have to look at why there's that discrepancy later. Kinda odd. You get a little clear tag there. I just did though. I guess that's a failsafe in case you forgot to actually... Okay, I'm good. Let's back at the title screen. Alright, so when you try to continue, can you choose a different difficulty, or are you locked into the... Let's see. Game cleared. Load data? Yeah. What does it say? Ah, there it is. And see, this is what I absolutely love this for New Game Plus. I love that you can... Not every game that has a New Game Plus feature for it has this ability, or feature, I should say, that you can replay it on a different difficulty. That's actually required to get 100% completion for your save file in FF7 Remake. That's kind of like a, you know, weird but different thing. But I just mean, regardless of that, whether there's a 100% completion feature bullshit or whatever, just the fact that you can replay on a different, like, that does a lot for me. I like that. And Resident Evil games, not all of them, but a lot of them do that, and that's one of the main reasons I always love replaying those games. I love that I can just take my progress from an easier difficulty and go to a higher one. It goes in line with how I enjoy playing games, how I enjoy progression of difficulty in games. Like, if you guys have been watching my channel long enough, you'll know that I always like to start on the easiest difficulty for any new game that I play. And then I only stream one playthrough of it, but off stream and before I even became a streamer, what I do, and I've said this before, is I will play it on the easiest difficulty. If it has a New Game Plus feature that lets you play on a harder difficulty, I will progress to the next level of difficulty, and then the next one and the next one. This game only has 2, so there's only 1 progression, right? But that's how I enjoy slowly increasing the difficulty of a game for myself. when I like it enough to actually want to challenge myself to play the harder difficulties, that's what I do. Because mostly I still always play games for the story, but on those rare occasions when I do want to actually challenge myself to, because I like the gameplay enough and or the story or both enough to want to actually play it over and over, and I want to actually challenge myself, I like being able to do it that way. I don't like just jump. I know a lot of other people are like the total opposite. They just want to jump into the hardest difficulty right away. And that's fine. Everybody can enjoy the game how they want. But what bothers me a little bit sometimes is when people just, they do that. They throw they do it to themselves. They choose hard mode. They choose the hardest mode. And then when they realize they can't do it, they can't cut it because the game's just way too fucking hard on that difficulty, on the hardest, on their first playthrough. Instead of just saying, okay, instead of just swallowing their pride and just saying, okay, I'll turn the difficulty down. Even when the game offers them that, like Resident Evil 2 and 4 Remake will do that. Like if you die too many times, it'll say, do you want to go down a difficulty level from normal to assisted? If you're playing on hard, it doesn't do that, but it'll offer the chance if you're playing on normal to go down to assisted. But even them just saying, okay, I'll go back to the title screen and start a new game on normal because I can't do it on hard. They don't do that. There's a bunch of, I saw, this was from Resident Evil Village 8, basically. Village of Shadows was available if you got the deluxe edition, I think, or pre-ordered it. Village of Shadows being the hardest difficulty for that game. It turned out to be one of the hardest fucking difficulties ever for any Resident Evil game to do without New Game Plus. And I heard so many stories from different streamers who have friends, both streamers and non-streamers, that just refunded the game. Instead of just swallowing their pride and going down a difficulty level, they literally just returned the game. And I'm like that seriously made me go, what? What the fuck? What is that? Why would you give up on the entire game because you couldn't hack it on your very first playthrough on the very hardest difficulty? Like that just, I mean, to me that just kind of hints at ego problems. Like that's kind of like a sensitive ego issue. Like what else could it be? Like what is that? Why? You have such a sensitive ego, you can't swallow your pride for one moment and say, okay, I'll play the game on normal. Instead you just completely return the entire game and say, I don't even want to play it anymore. That screams like, as some Twitch chatters would say, small pee-pee energy or something, or like I've seen people in FF14 say that too. Like that just screams sensitive ego issues. I don't know why else you would do that. Like if it was me, I would just go down a difficulty level. I'd say, okay, I'm not good enough to do this. I'll just play the game on an easier mode and come back to try this later. What's the big deal? Why be so dramatic and just say I don't even want to touch this game ever again? Like that makes no sense to me. Like it has to be an ego problem. I can't think of a rational reason to do that. Like that's such a baby sort of rage quit kind of mentality to have. Like saying, I couldn't, it's my very first playthrough. I knew nothing about this game and I couldn't beat it on its hardest difficulty. Wow, fuck this. I don't want to play it at all. It's like, what the fuck is that, dude? I'm sorry, but I just... that shit is hilarious. It's hilarious, but also disappointing because it also means there's a lot of people who missed out on a pretty cool Resident Evil game, I think. I liked Village. But so just knowing that happened, that incident happened with that game, I can obviously tell that it's happened with other games, maybe even this one. And I just find that really weird. Like there's some people who threw themselves into hard mode for this game or any other game, like I said, and then just rage quit and return the game or never touch it again instead of just going down a difficulty. It's so silly. But yeah, I recently watched somebody play Resident Evil Village, and this conversation came up on their stream. So I kind of wanted to comment on it on myself, and I felt like this was a perfect time to sort of throw that in there, even though this is, obviously not Village. This is FF7 Rebirth. Or, sorry, Crisis Core. But I felt like this situation was a perfect opportunity to talk about that real quick. Real quick, he says, as he rambles for another 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm done. I'm not, saving it. I just need to get out of this menu real quick. Oh god, I have to skip a bunch of scenes before I can go back to the main menu, huh? I was like, please let me reset the game already.
Activating combat mode.
Fuck, I can't. I have to close it. No. There, I have to close the game. I just want to go back to the title screen. And once you're in combat, you can't push pause and reset like that. You have to actually finish the battle or do what I just did, close the game up. But yeah, there. Now I've gotten all my thoughts out. I got my thoughts on the game out. My thoughts on difficulty, when you're able to select different difficulties in games. My thoughts on the weird mentality some people have with that. The whole, you know, Village of Shadows, the Resident Evil Village thing I just talked about. That incident. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I had to say about this game. And that topic, which is not necessarily directly related to this game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Whew. God damn, do I talk a lot sometimes. Holy shit. It's just... You bastard! But, I got shit to say. What can I say? That's why I made this YouTube channel. I got shit to ramble about sometimes, you know? I gotta get this shit off my chest. And I know at least a few people like to listen to it. But, yeah, that's it for me for now. I will see you all next time. Next time we will be starting with, of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I will be doing New Game Plus and the PS5 version. The last time I played the game was on PS4. I can't wait to see the slightly more refined graphics with optimal frame rate. Like, it's not going to be dropping frames like it was on PS4, where it was... I would turn the camera sometimes and it'd just be like... Fuck. Thought the game was gonna... Thought my PS4 was gonna explode sometimes, man. The frame rate was horrible at times. So I'm looking forward to the much better frame rate, hopefully, on PS5, with slightly crispier graphics. But also, I'm going to be playing on normal this time because my first playthrough of FF7 Remake was on Easy Classic. I explained just now why I always play new games that I've never played before on the easiest difficulty, right? But in Remake's case, there was a secondary reason, which is I wanted to play with the Classic mode. Well, the PS5 version added Classic mode to the normal difficulty, which I like. That's really cool. I want to try that. So, especially because I'm playing New Game Plus. After my first playthrough of that, which is on my VODs channel, I off-stream grinded the game out and completed it 100%. I got everything. I beat it on hard mode, and collected everything, including the post-game super boss stuff, all that stuff. So I'm super overpowered. So I figure normal classic is the way to go, so that we can just breeze through the game, but everything won't die and like just... It won't die as fast as if I played on easy. So I'll play on normal because it's New Game Plus, but I will play on normal classic because I really like not having to do what I had to do with this game, where I'm constantly having to, like I said, my thumb got pretty tired. Having to constantly move Zack around myself, and, you know, block and attack and do everything. Like, it's just... It gets, you know, it's one of the reasons I said this game was, like, I complained about the grindiness of this game is because it's also a little tiresome. The combat system is a little tiresome for me as well. And so that, being able to play on Classic, whether it's easy or normal for FF7 Remake, it's much more relaxed. And then bringing back the semi-pseudo turn-based active time battle system in a unique way for FF7 Remake as well is also pretty cool, and I really like that. Like, I said it back then, and I stand by it now. Even after playing, like, FF14 and other games, I stand by what I said 4 years ago. FF7 Remake's battle system is, like, the best Final Fantasy combat system I've ever played. I love it. And I obviously can't wait to play with the new features and the more refined system, and for Rebirth, I hope. Meaning, I hope it's more refined. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Mostly the fact that I can now just play through the story and not worry about having to grind shit out like this game. I'm really glad this game's over. It's a cool game. Didn't like the grinding nature though, so I'm glad it's over. I'm happy that it's over and we can move on to Remake and Rebirth now. I already know I'm gonna enjoy and have a lot more fun with those games. So that's next stream, which will likely be tomorrow, and if not the day after, but it'll likely be tomorrow. So with that, like I said, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, y'all. And until next time, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. Look after each other. And don't die. And that's it. See y'all next time. Peace. Bye, everyone. Dun, 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 dun.
Bruh. You suck!
That laughter is just because I'm so happy it's over. That's it.
Bruh.